things are about to get a little gruesome. We all know Alferd Packer, the cannibal, one of the most infamous, maybe the most infamous, notorious character in Colorado history. He was the lone survivor of what was a clearly doomed exploration in the San Juan Mountains. Him and this small group of, I think, 5 others. They were found in 1874 with signs of being eaten. Alferd Packer admitted to eating the meat of his fellow man to stay alive, right? But did he kill them? Cannibalism for survival is not illegal. Throughout the history of voyages and journeys gone wrong, there is a long history of members of parties dying and other members trying to survive by eating their remains. Regarding his own confession, he said that members of the group were eating one after another as they died naturally. And he did say he killed one guy in self-defense, a guy by the name of Shannon Bell. There's a fascinating book that was published in 2015, written by a true crime historian and professor who probably detailed the case of Packer more than anyone ever has. His considered belief was that Packer was, in fact, a murderer. But he also concluded that due to the lack of evidence, the extreme lack of evidence, he should not have been found guilty. But he was found guilty in 1886, guilty of manslaughter, sentenced to 40 years in the state pen in Canyon City. And from there, he'd go on to write, along with others, pleading to be understood. And it seems like he gained some sympathy, explaining his early release. Lived out his last days in Littleton, where he made one last plea, saying, I want to die clear in the opinion of my fellow man. And it would seem he never would, right? Because every Halloween, you and me and everyone else talks about Alferd Packer the cannibal. Whether he was the villain that we all know him to be is still up for debate. Packer didn't help himself, it seems, because in the sense that it seems like he was a pretty weird guy. He, and I think he suffered from maladies that made him, in the eyes of others, a weird guy, right? Yeah, it seems like he didn't make many friends. Yeah. So,
I mean, the dude's going on months-long expeditions, often by himself into the wilderness.
Takes a certain dude, right?
Yeah, a certain type of person to go do that. Especially back then, when you're every single day is a matter of life or death.